Hey everybody, so some good news here. Wowhead has data mined the current client here, more than likely, which will turn into the official patch notes. There might be still some patches or changes that'll happen in the next, say, 24 hours or so. But either way, let's go through them. So they are considered unofficial because they are data mined. They're not from Blizzard directly. So these are the changes here anyways. So they talked about, we documented every change made from skills, talents, passive aspects, and more for all the classes. So keep in mind that you can check out the link in the description. I'll put this in there for sure. And once again, credits to Wowhead. This is not my doing. This is their doing. So general legendary aspect, the accelerating aspect, critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed 15 to 25%. It looks like it was from 3 to 5 seconds, so that was a buff there. You got barbarian legendary aspects. So aspect of the ancestral echo, lucky hit. While the call of the ancients is on your action bar, it looks like they just changed wording there. And it says 40 to 50% chance to summon ancient to perform the same skill. And it says can only happen once every 5 seconds. So they might have removed the 5 seconds, or it might still be there. They just didn't think it was worth it for a tooltip, right? So you have to keep that in mind. But this is good because a lot of people were worried that barbarians, for example, people are saying whirlwind right now is basically their kind of only and main and game spec right now. It was one of those ones that, didn't have many alternatives, or at least not a lot of alternatives researched yet, let's put it that way. So this is a big deal because there is no whirlwind nerfs or anything in here. That's it for barbarians. Barbarians are going to be good here. Druid Cataclysm here, lucky hit chance from 62% to 72%, and Massive Storm follows you from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. So that is actually a buff right there, so that's really cool here. Petrify encases all enemies in stone, stunning them from 3 seconds to 3.75 seconds. So that was, once again, an increase. And against bosses, critical strike damage bonus is increased by 50%, and its duration is increased from to 6 to 7.5 seconds. So once again, it's a buff, not a nerf. So this is really good. Grizzly Rage, shapeshift into a dire werebear from 10 seconds to 12 seconds now. So that's also another increase there. So everything is looking really good. Lacerate, shapeshift into a werewolf, become immune to immune and quickly dash, from 10 to 12 times between enemies in the area, dealing up to from 400% to 500% damage. So really awesome. Look at this. Rogues, they got dash forward, slashes enemies from 32% to 36%. So once again, a nice increase here. Necromancers here. This one looks cool. So this one is for Golem. So passive, you are protected by a Golem with X life that will attack for, instead of 17, 21% damage. And there was an added tooltip here. So the Golem sheds corpse as it takes damage has been removed. And it now says absorbs 15% damage you would take and recovers life when attacking. Very cool. And also in the active portion of the skill, your Golem becomes unstoppable and taunts nearby enemies and takes 30% reduction damage for the next 6 seconds. Instead, that's been replaced with drains the blood of enemies in the area, deals 40% damage and heals 4% of life each enemy drained. Damage and healing received are tripled if only one enemy is drained. That is pretty awesome. So that does seem like, I don't know much in that area, but it does seem like that was a bit of a buff as well. It looks like they actually redid some of the mechanics there completely, which it's a pretty big change. I couldn't even say if that's because I don't know much into it. So, it's one of those things that people have to play with it. Auxiliaries, I always say it wrong. Potions, we'll call them. Anyways, the weak precision one here, increased critical strike chance from 4%. It's now nerfed to 2%, and critical strike damage has been nerfed from 25% to 15%. So they're all getting nerfs here. So precision here, crit strike chance from 6 to 3, and critical strike damage from 25 to 20. Strong precision one, so we're going from crit strike 8% to 4, And then, yeah, that's it for that one. And then potent one here, increased critical strike by 10%. It's gone down to 5%, and critical strike damage from 25 to 30. So that, at least the critical strike got a little bonus there, but obviously they're definitely nerfing the elixirs. That's the word. Increased critical strike damage from 12 to 6%. And critical strike damage from 25 to 35. So they are buffing some parts of it. And then the weak third eye here increases dodge from 5% to 4% instead. Third eye elixir here increased dodge from 7% down to 6%. Strong third eye elixir is from 10% down to 7%. Potent third eye elixir is down from 13% down to 8%. And the last one is the heady third eye, which is from 16% dodge down to 10%. So definitely some elixir nerfs there, but basically everyone else got some buffs there, which, hey, that's really cool, because, you know, it's one of those things that you have to be careful of a developer. You know, you don't want to, you know, buff everything. You don't want to nerf everything. Like if one class is overpowered, you don't normally want to buff 4 other classes. Instead, you want to bring that one class down a bit to equal the rest of the classes. It doesn't have to be equal, especially in a game like Diablo, but you know what I mean. You want to tone them down versus buff the other ones, because if you buff those, then the world content becomes useless, right? It becomes too easy, whatever, and then they got to buff the world content. So it's always better to go after one than everything. But obviously some interesting changes here, especially the elixirs. During the beta, I don't think a lot of people played with the elixirs, but this was probably used a lot in the closed beta, and they probably saw, well, some of these are really, really powerful, like a little too powerful, and they probably wanted to, you know, go in there and fix them up. But either way, so these are the unofficial patch notes, 1.0.2, but you'll probably see this and other ones that can't be data farmed as easy or whatever in the near future. Maybe there's some crashes or performance things like that don't show up when you data farm it. But either way, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. We'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.